Hello and welcome back to my channel and to week 14 of the London Marathon 2020 training. So this week is supposed to be a cutback week. On the plan was a 5k, a 12k, a 5k again, and then 12k. So as a mid-paced run, getting faster again, but as you know, I'm not on pace, so I'm just sticking to the distances. But the faster runs, or the 12k runs, were supposed to be at 6:08, between 6:08 and 5:56 minutes per kilometre. So this was the week where we had the lovely storm Kyra that ruined or scuppered all our plans. Although it's supposed to be a cutback week, it was a plan that I was going to attempt to do 30 miles at my running club's Stopsley challenge. So that was going to involve as many 5-mile loops as you can do in 6 hours. And so last year I ended up doing 5 5-mile loops and 4 under 1 mile loops. So I actually only ended up doing 29.6. I say only, it was a mad effort. So because of that, I had planned this year to get to the 30 miles by doing the 6 5-mile loops. But as I got closer to the day, I was feeling that I'm not at my fittest. Will I be able to do it? Even myself, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just do 3 5-mile loops and be done with it. And on my plan was only supposed to be 12k for that Sunday too. So I was just going to probably relax a little bit and do 15 miles. But in the end, I think at Parkrun, somebody was saying, oh, you're doing 30 miles, aren't you, tomorrow? Blah, blah, blah. So it's like everybody's talking about it. I feel like, not that they were probably, but I felt like that. So I was thinking, okay, let me get into my stride. Anyway, we started the week with a 5k on the treadmill. I'm still doing the floating abs workouts, but not every day now. So I did 5k at the gym and followed up by the 10-minute workout. The next day when I was due to do 12k, I wasn't able to do it for some reason. So I just did a rest day mile. On the Thursday, I was able to get up early to try and fit in the whole 12k before work, but I was procrastinating. So I ended up only doing 11k, so I nearly got there, but not quite. My speed, let me have a look. I did start off a little bit slow, but I ended up doing the 11k in 1 hour, 13 minutes, 25 seconds. So not too bad. Still quite slower than pace at 6 minutes, 40 seconds per kilometre. So still about 35 seconds per kilometre out. But I was proud that I was able to get up early before work to get it done. So that was a good thing. And the next day was a 6k instead of the 5k to make up for that 1k I missed. And I did that on the treadmill in the gym. I think I did that when I got back to Luton, and it's so funny because it never matches up. So I tried to do the extra. Well, I did do the extra on the treadmill. It said 6, but on my watch it said 5.5. So it looks like I only did 5.5, but I know myself that I did 6 kilometers. And then Saturday was Parkrun day, and I volunteered that day because I want to do my 12 volunteer stints for this year. So I'm going to be away most of February. So this is all the Saturdays, 2 Saturdays in February. The first one was to do a tourist one. And so this was really the only Saturday that I could do volunteering. There is another Saturday because it's a leap year this year. So I wanted to run Parkrun on a leap year. I think you get a special badge on the running app for that. So couldn't volunteer on that day. And then we had all the forecasts about the storm, and there was oohing and ahhing about whether the race was going to be cancelled. A lot of other races were cancelled on Thursday just because of the forecast, but you never can tell how bad the weather was going to be, because it was supposed to come in through the south, so affect the south of England more than further up. So I think they were hoping that we could carry on with the race, and then if it got really bad, then cancel it, so at least people could start off and do at least 5 miles and get a medal, because we've all paid for it, etc. But the morning of the race team went to check the route, and there was a huge log across the this huge tree was across one of the paths, or one of the roads that the 5-mile loop went around, and obviously that wasn't going to be moved before the race was supposed to start, so it had to be cancelled. So it was a last minute cancellation. For me, I was happy I didn't have to do 30 miles, but it was quite sad that I didn't have to do 30 miles. So it's going to have to be another race, I think, during the year. So I'll have to look for a 50k race sometime later in the year. After the marathon, it would have to be. So it's well timed that I didn't do it, because last year I did that challenge and I think that probably hindered, because I was so tired, so it hindered the marathon that I did that year. Instead, I was a bit lazy, so I didn't actually get up to do my run until probably mid-afternoon. I was waiting for the winds to die down slightly. They weren't that bad around the streets, but you would get a few gusts of winds, you know, not helping. But people were out and about and walking around, so it was fine for me to run. Was able to do my 12k later on in the afternoon, as I said. I was a bit disappointed with my run. I didn't even put the time on in Instagram. I just said I wasn't pleased with the run. I think it was very slow to start, to keep me going. And it was windy in most places, but I wouldn't give that as an excuse for being slow, because it was like push and pull. There was times where I was being pushed back in the run, but there was also some times where I was being pushed forward too. So I can't even blame the storm for me being slow. I just wasn't really happy with it. So yeah, so that was week 14. It's a short and sweet one this week. No race to report, no tourist park run or anything. Next week for week 15, I'll be off to sunnier climes for some winter sun. And my Sunday long run is due to be one of the longest so far, 15 miles, 24k. So I'm not sure I'll be able to do that in the 28 degrees heat that I will be in. So let's see if I can fit it in earlier in the week. My plan is to do my 4 days training, which will be 5k, 8k, 5k, and then the 24k. But in the first few days of the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the rest of the weeks will be just a mile, if not longer, for the week after. So I'm due to do another 24k on my return week, and then during the week is 5, 8, 5 again. So hopefully I should be able to manage that. There is a gym in the hotel that I'm staying at, so if all else fails, I can do those distances in the gym if it is too hot. But I do like to go and explore places. So if I do go out and it's too hot, I probably will just limit it to 1 or 2 miles, 3 miles probably. But we'll see how it goes. So next week's report, I know I don't do them till Wednesday, Thursday, but I probably won't get one out to you next week. So I probably will, you'll get 2 reports the week after, so when I'm back. So I hope you don't miss me too much. As I say, I'm still running for charity Autism Bedfordshire, so if you are able to be generous enough to sponsor me, the link will be down below in the description. And have a great training and running week, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right, take care. Bye.